So I am just picking up my vehicle from the mechanic here, and they've had it for a couple days. I brought it in because it was, as I was driving it, there was some popping sounds and some just sounded off, and wasn't sure what it is, but like it was driving okay, but it was just off. So I brought it in, and they were said that it was a good thing I did. It was like they hadn't seen something this bad before, and I was glad that I actually had dealt with it. And it reminded me a lot of some things that I see in counseling sometimes where people just don't want to deal with issues. And the reason that I hear that a lot of times is the word grace. We just got to give grace, we got to give time, we got to give space. Love covers a multitude of sins. 1 Peter 4:8 talks about that. So it's like, I'm not going to deal with it, and I'm going to use grace as my excuse why I'm not going to deal with it. And I want to tell you, like, imagine what that would have happened if I had done that with my vehicle. Um, if I had just gone, there's grace for my vehicle. I just need to give it time and space to heal. What's going to happen? Well, turns out that the wheel bearings were off, were malfunctioning, and it was just like my tires were wobbling like this. And if I had kept that up and just let that go, from what I've read, like it can actually lock up your steering and you can get into an accident really quick. So, love covering a multitude of car failure is not a good idea, nor is using a verse out of context in order to enable and to placate and to continue on in destructive behavior and sinful patterns. That actually has the idea. What grace in these moments is giving the time and space needed to get to the mechanic to get it fixed. It's this idea of like, I'm going to give you the space and the energy and the time and the grace that you need to find freedom from your pornography addiction, from your issues, from your struggles, so that you can find freedom, not to allow you to continue on in it without consequence. So if you're in a season where you're like being sinned against or struggling in something, and you're like, well, I just need grace, and what you're communicating is, I just want to continue this behavior and this sinful patterns as long as I possibly can. That's not grace. That's enablement. And that's actually contributing to the issue, and it's going to get worse. You need grace in order to change, not to continue.